this morning, getting ready to tag some calves. I've been using this bag for about 3 years now that I came up with. There's a separate pocket in here to keep your tags, a spot to hold your pen. There's plenty enough room for 2 taggers and a vaccine gun. It's a little bit chilly this morning, so I'm just tying the tags on until it warms up again next week. Good morning, folks. Casey with Glass Butte Custom Leather. I'm out here in the shop this morning waiting on a heifer to calve. It's early hours of the morning, and it's a very productive time for me when we're calving heifers here because the corral's just right outside the door, so I'm able to get lots of work done in here. Just going through and assembling a bunch of these. I like doing a lot of them at one time. It just helps me knock out a good quantity of them in a decent amount of time when you're doing the just repetitive work of cutting out multiple pieces at a time. So I'm in the process of just cutting these zippers down to be installed in the gussets of these. I use a good heavy number 10 zipper to put in these so they last a good long time. People have been having great luck with these Taggin Bags so far. I've even had women use them for purses, which I didn't expect that. But same as in my shop video, I'm able to just cut these zippers in half, and they end up being just the right size for me. Get that trimmed off. And I burn these ends just a little bit so they don't fray. On the one end, I'm able to install these tiny pronged zipper stops. Just place them over the top of the zipper. Hit them with the hammer to seat them. And you can take a pair of pinchers and fold the prongs in just a little bit on there. And then you can seat them down on the anvil. On the other end of the zipper, slide a new zipper pull on there. And on the separating side, I just rivet that down to keep that from coming apart, and then install another stop on this end. Now that we got those done, I'll finish the rest of these zippers up. I've also got handle material here that we need to punch a slot in one end. I just do that to save on rivets, I guess. Put a slot on one end and then rivet the other end to put the handles in. This is a lot of repetitive work, and it gets kind of old after a while doing the same thing over and over again, but when you're all done, you've accomplished quite a little bit in the time that you've got. On the other end, turn it over, fold this over and poke our holes to put our rivets in. That'll be the last step that we do after the rest of the bag's been sewn together. I've been using mostly copper rivets on a lot of this stuff. I feel like it holds a little better than the double cap Jiffy rivets. They have their place for certain spots, but the copper ones generally hold a lot better. So all these straps are taken care of. We'll start sewing these zippers in, and I'll see you in just a bit. We got our bags featured in the Tri-State News last spring. That was really good exposure for us. We sure appreciate them doing an article on our bags. We'll get back to work on sewing these down. We'll be sewing the inside pocket in here first. Back stitch on there. Already got the zipper sewn in here. For these bags that you turn inside out, you have to go at it backwards a little bit. You have to sew them inside out a little bit almost, because when we're done with this, then we'll take the bag and we'll turn it the other way, and the stitching in our seam won't show that way. Just follow the curve of the bag around here. Around the bottom here, this bottom piece overlaps. Helps to kind of stiffen up the bottom of the bag just a little bit. And we'll take our other bag, and I make little marks when I sandwich these together. I put a little mark on each side so I know where to start the bottom seam on each side. Otherwise your bag, the handles will be crooked on there. You got to have them so they're not twisted. To remember is to, once you get started, to do your zipper part way, because it's really hard to get the zipper undone if you've sewn the bag together inside out and the pulls on the inside. Get this to all match up. Bag sewn together. We'll get it turned inside out and get the strings burned and get the handles put on. Now that we got the bag sewn together, we can start getting it turned inside out. Usually just grab it from the inside and just start working it around. Get all of our seams pushed out to the edge. Go. We can work on getting the handles installed. One side we just have our slot. Push that through there. Put a rivet in the other side. These copper rivets have got just extremely expensive. A small 1-pound box like this is $50. But that's just something we have to deal with. Get this other side attached. And there, we have a completed bag. These work great for putting all of your tagging supplies in. You can hang them off the handle of a four-wheeler, off a saddle horn, throw them on the pickup seat, whatever a guy needs to do, and it keeps everything contained where you want it. If this is something any of you are interested in purchasing from us, I'm going to have these as well as some other color options available on our website by the time this video gets put up. If you guys could go to www.glassbuttecustomleather.com, we'd sure appreciate it. And you guys have a great day. Thank you.